Hey everyone. So hopping on to do the next installment of the My Inspirational Year journal. For those of you who don't know, that is my journal that I wrote. You know what? It was honestly, I wrote it specifically for me to keep myself on task with my New Year's resolutions. So if you don't know, every year I do New Year's resolutions from the heart. And it's a workshop I teach, a day-long workshop. I do it live and I do it online, and I always take myself through it. I am all about New Year's resolutions. It's a great time to set new goals, set new intentions, get yourself excited about things because the energy of a New Year is powerful. And I totally get. Do you know that I think it's in 3 weeks, 88% of all New Year's resolutions have fallen by the wayside. So I wanted a tool to help me remember about my New Year's resolutions, to remind myself every month to pull it out, look at it, and really think about it. It's like my plan for the year. And every month I also have a topic, and that topic is to deepen your personal growth and your learning, because usually there's a little personal growth involved to actually achieve whatever goal it is that you want to have. So this month, so for those of you who don't know, the link is in the post if you want to grab the book. It is generic. You do not have to start in January. You can start whenever you want, and then you can hop on a mailing list that gives you links to these. I write a post and do a video every month on the topic of the month, and you can start from the beginning, right? So you can start anytime, and then you will get month one's info month one. All right? So that said, today is month 5, and in month 5, we're talking about I am's, affirmations. So I wanted to do a really quick talk around how I feel about I ams and how you can make them more powerful. There is a lot of controversy in the coaching world as to whether or not I ams, affirmations, I'll tell you about why they're I ams, whether or not affirmations are actually, if they actually work. And I get why people think they don't, and I want to share with you how you can make them work. So the thing with affirmations, what are they? They are stating what you want in the first person singular. So I am fit. I am my perfect weight. I am with my loving mate. I am in my job that fulfills all of my needs, uses my capabilities, whatever it is. I am. And you notice you start with I am, which is why I call them I am statements. I am are the 2 most powerful creative words in the universe. I am. And they're in the first person. So yes, whatever it is that you want, whatever it is you're creating, you don't have it yet. So if it feels like you're lying, that won't affect you as much, okay? And that is really the controversy around affirmations, is if you don't believe it, it's not going to do any good. Why do we say it? Our brains are wired to maintain the status quo, okay? They're wired to stay right where you are in the box that you are in. What's really interesting is the same mechanism that keeps you from putting your foot out in a busy street without looking both ways and making sure it's safe is the same in your brain. There's actually a mechanism that says don't do that, it's not safe. It's the same mechanism that keeps you in your safe little box of your life, the status quo of your life. It keeps you from taking a foot out at all outside of your box. So searching for that new job, or leaving a relationship that's no longer working for you, or changing your diet, any of that makes you pull your foot back to hold your status quo. I am statements begin to create the rewiring in the brain. So if for you, now keep in mind everyone's a little different. So for some people, finding new jobs, like I can do that. That's not scary for me. But leaving a relationship that's really hard might be super scary for that person. And then for the next person, it can be totally the opposite. We all have different things that scare us, okay? So we're talking about rewiring the brain in the area that we can't do it ourselves. Make sense? So your I am statement is stating what it is that you want. And the theory behind it is it begins to rewire the brain. And if your brain, because your brain actually doesn't know if you're pretending or if it's real. So if you're imagining something happening that you want and it's already happened in your brain, it begins to rewire and it stops seeing the action steps to get there as something that is dangerous. Okay? So if for whatever you're leaving a relationship is your danger thing, I can't do it. Even though I'm really unhappy, I can't do it because it's scary. And it may not be conscious. Keep in mind, it's not probably not conscious. But if it's something that you've wanted for a long time and you haven't taken the action steps, like you know this isn't right, but you make excuses as to why it is, then it's probably your area, right? And if you begin to imagine that shift, you're imagining yourself in that new relationship or out of the one, you're in a safer place, you're out of the relationship that you're in, then you can start to take the action steps because the brain doesn't see them as scary anymore. Make sense? Now, the problem lies if you are saying, I am fit and fabulous, but you really don't believe it on every level of your being, it's actually not going to make a difference. Okay? So you can't just say, I am fit and fabulous, I am fit and fabulous, I am fit and fabulous. And if you really don't believe it, I've been overweight my whole life, it will never happen, I have low energy, it's just the way I am, I can't exercise, I don't want to change my diet, blah, 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 blah. Whatever your things are going on inside of your head, then it will not change anything. I like to see it as what needs to change is deep inside of you. But if you're saying something right on the surface, then it's not going to go deep inside of you. It's not going to affect you. Okay? So that said, I want to share with you 3 tips to help you make sure your I am statements are working. When you say your I am statement, you need to be, this is number 1, you need to be able to visualize your end goal. So, I am fit and fabulous. See yourself, however that works for you, working out, being in a particular outfit, looking a certain way. See it and feel it. Okay, really feel it. So you're there. So it's not I am fit and fabulous. It's getting deep into that core. Remember, I am fit and freaking fabulous. And you feel it. You can see yourself in that place. Now that is key. Now, if that isn't possible, tip number 2 is find it in between. So if that end goal is out of reach, you're like, I don't see it. I don't get it. It's not going to happen. Then find a halfway point. I am a walker. I love to walk around the block and it feels really good. And I can feel the breeze on my face. I hear the birds singing. It feels really, I can do that. And I'm not that yet. Right, so we're still pushing. So if you're already a walker and you're already there, then you have to push it a little bit further. Maybe you can say, I'm a half block runner. I can run a half a block with ease. Feels really good. Oh, that feels really good. And I can visualize it. When that gets easy, push it. Take it to that next level. And I tell people, revisit every week. Have a set time in your week when you can revisit your I ams and say, okay, are they still working? Do I need more? Am I ready for more? Am I already there? Am I doing it? Check in. So tip number 1 is visualize as you're saying it and feel it. Tip number 2 is find an in-between. If number 1 doesn't work, you got to find an in-between spot that does. Number 3, this is the bonus round. Once you find your I am that works, stand tall, really firm. If you know yoga, it's in Tadasana. Stand in your Tadasana in front of the mirror in the bathroom. Look yourself in the eyes and say it with meaning. I am fit and freaking fabulous. I am 3 times. I am fit and fabulous. Okay? Unreal how that changes because you are speaking to you. It's going deep into your soul. And then you feel it. You feel it. You imagine it. You see it. And that will make all the difference in your I ams. I promise you. Now, I would love to hear your I ams. If you're brave enough, feel free to comment below. I would love to hear what your I ams are, and good luck. You've got this. You've totally got this. This will make all the difference in igniting your life because it's time to live your extraordinary life. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a spectacular day, and I can't wait to see you next month.